go. Bring it up, baby. Let's go. Get on me. Get on me. 1, 2, 3, go.
Yo, what is good? What is good with everybody? We are here, day two of the tampering period. Tomorrow, it all officially starts. So all the guys that we've negotiated with, all the guys that we've agreed to terms with, it will now become official tomorrow. So that is big time news. My apologies. I just came back from work, man. So I'm looking a little sweaty and all this kind of stuff. But appreciate every single one of you guys already in the building, man. You guys already know how we kick these things off, man. Shout out to Gorell, Swin, OG, Unknown. Unknown got a lot of questions in here, man. Emmanuel, Tuave, Graham, my brother in the building, Luke. Who else in here? We got Luke, Queen. Hey, I hope you still watching Prison Break, because that 10 out of 10. Sean, Chris Gang, Swin again. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. We got Raider Smoke. We got AJ Simpson all pulling through. On your way in, man. If you can hit that like for me, please. That'd be greatly appreciated. We got Orlando, Egalitarian, Realist, Top Beats, Mex, Jake, Ernie. Was good with everyone in the building pulling up. This is interesting, man. Interesting stuff has gone on today, and we're going to cover that, especially the stuff with what's going on with the Raiders, man. So, yes. Watching it right now. There you go. Who else we got up in here? Draven, OG, Herman, all pulling through, all in the building, man. Like I said, man, if you can hit that like button, that'd be greatly appreciated. Jermaine in the building, Thomas, Isaac, you back like you never left, something like that, man. Something like that. I was kind of waiting for everything to pick up, man. And let me ask you guys this. First things first, I want to ask you guys this. What's it called? I will be having a little bit of time. Who is somebody out of all the free agents? I don't want to do a Jimmy Garoppolo one, and this could change, right? We could be signing more people. Let me know who you guys want the first film study to be on. Also, for those of you guys who do not know, Planet Raiders is something that we're really trying to build up. And I also will have film studies on Planet Raiders there as well for you guys to check in on. So all that good stuff is all there for you guys. But let me know who you guys want as one of the first film studies to be on out of all the acquisitions. But with all that being said, man, we got Dante, Alex, Mario, GC, Andre, Swin again, Manuel, Birdman, 80s, GC, Linnell, Orlando. I think I got everybody, man. I think I got everybody. So shout out to you guys in the building. Look, man, I am going to start off with the big news. The big news, man. The big news of the day is we went out, we traded away star tight end Darren Waller. Okay. Now, instant reactions to it, and I'm glad I had another 10 hours of work when that happened, right? Because I was able to sit and I was able to not impulse and not react off of true emotions, and I was really able to understand why it was done. Okay. First things first, on paper, the move looks stupid. The move looks dumb. But in reality, he's missed 14 games in these last 2 seasons. Darren Waller has missed almost, oh shit. Shit. Yo, we right here with it. Oh shit, what the fuck happened? What the fuck? Oh. Hold on. I might got something. My fault. My apologies. I don't know what the hell going on. There we go. I think we back. Oh shit. That was funny, I ain't gonna lie. That was funny. God damn it, it's gonna fall again. Fuck. What the fuck? I hope this shit don't fall, bruh. I hope it don't fall. All right. So what I was saying was, in these past 2 seasons, right? Looking at this move on paper, it doesn't look the best, right? It looks like Darren Waller, you just brought in a new quarterback. You have to keep the most weapons possible. And in reality, that is true. In reality, yes, you want to keep your best talented guys on the roster. Darren Waller, although we didn't draft him, it feels like he's been with us his entire career because he made his money here. So at first, it hurt, man. It did. But guess what? The production that we were getting out of him has been half. 2019 to 2020, he produced over 2,400 yards, had over 10 plus touchdowns, and he missed 0 games. 2021 to 2022, these last 2 years, he only produced about 1,200 yards and missed 14 games. We always say this, man. The best ability is availability, and honestly, he just wasn't available. He was not available, and it sucks. I wish we could have got more compensation, especially since the rumors are that we would have been able to get a second-round pick out of him last year. But the truth is, last year was the price on him possibly going out and putting up 1,000 yards like he did. But that's not the case. So we traded Waller to the New York Giants for the 100th overall pick, giving us 4 picks in the top 100. I wish it could have been better, but it wasn't. Darren Waller, we have now made a hole on this roster at the tight end position. And yes, there's nobody that can say that we don't have a hole at the tight end position right now, because we do. We have a hole at the tight end position. Whether you like this move, whether you don't like this move, you have a hole on this roster. You have a hole. You've created a hole on this roster by trading away Darren Waller. That's just a fact of it. You traded away Darren Waller. You made a hole on the roster. And at the end of the day, we got a 3rd-round pick for a guy who was not available. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. On top of that, it freed up a lot of money. It freed up about, I think, $11 million in cap space. That, for me, would make more sense if you traded away a guy like Darren Waller and your immediate next move is a defensive guy. But it wasn't. We went out and we got Philip Dorsett. Now, Philip Dorsett, about 8 years ago, ran a 4.25 40, which is amazing. But that was about 8 years ago. He's never put up more than, I believe, 580 yards in a season. Health is a concern, but we know he can take the top off, right? We know that the defense has to respect his speed. But at the end of the day, I think that Philip Dorsett will kind of be like Tyron Johnson, right? He'll compete with to try and get the 5th or 4th wide receiver on the roster. And I think ultimately he may get beat out. I would love to get proven wrong, but I don't think getting Philip Dorsett really does much, especially not for the offense, right? The offense has a lot of talent. Now it has a little bit less going out and trading away Darren Waller, but you also went out and got the best wide receiver on the market. And you got the best wide receiver out there, which was Jakobi Meyers. He had over 800 yards. He flourished last year in the system. Every single Patriots fan wanted to keep him. Jakobi Meyers is a good football player. Is he the mismatch that defensive coordinators are going to have to game plan against with Darren Waller? No. But the fact of the matter is that with Darren Waller not playing in these last games, they didn't have to account for him anyways. So there's that. Darren Waller was traded. I don't agree. I don't disagree. I'm indifferent with it. I understand why the move was made. I understand why the move was made. It does suck a little bit, but hey, it is what it is at this point. It is what it is. It is what it is at this point. So yeah, man. I hope that we're able to land somebody. I don't really want us to waste a draft pick on a tight end, if I'm being honest with you. If what it comes down to is the Patriots wanting to trade away Hunter Henry, if it comes down to the Patriots cutting Hunter Henry, I'd jump all over that, right? Because at the end of the day, Hunter Henry's, I think in his first year in this system, had 10 plus touchdowns. So I would love to see a move like that be done. Foster Moreau is a free agent. We re-signed Jesper Horsted. We're linked to Mercedes Lewis. I don't understand this move in terms of giving Jimmy Garoppolo something to work with, but I do understand this move if we go out and we sign a free agent on the defensive side of the ball that gives us a better chance to not be in so many shootouts, right? So there's that about the Darren Waller. With Jakobi Meyers, I like it. I didn't think that we should have done it. I didn't think that it was a need. I didn't think that we needed to prioritize a wide receiver 2 over defensive line, linebacker, corner, safety. So that's why it was a little bit confusing to me on why we made that move. But at the end of the day, you can't be mad at Jakobi Meyers. He is a good freaking receiver. And for him to be on the opposite side of Devontae Adams is very good. For him to potentially be in the slot, or actually, no, I think he'll be on the inside of Devontae Adams, technically, pause, because I think he's more of a primary slot guy, but something that is, a question now is Renfro. What's going on with him? And shout out to my brother Graf in the building. I'm not sure if you got time, but if you do, I'll send the link over. But if not, it is what it is. Fan first, man. Take care of that. But look, with Renfro, to me, I would have thought that we would have moved Renfro before we would have moved Waller. And that's just my honest opinion. That's really what I thought. I thought it made more sense. But at the end of the day, Renfro is on this roster. And there's a few, I think it's a workout bonus or a roster bonus, but there's some guaranteed money. There's some guaranteed money that could be cleared up very, very soon. Because on Friday of this week, Hunter Renfro gets about $8 million total in guaranteed cash. If we are to move on from him before Friday, we can save that much money and we can invest that onto the defense. My thing is that honestly, Hunter, Jakobi, Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs, I think you got to keep that core. You no longer have that mismatch at tight end. I think that you have to keep them together. In all honesty, unless you trade Hunter Renfro for a defensive player, and then I'd be fine with that. But there's that, right? Hunter Renfro could be on the move on Friday. There's some guaranteed cash. So yeah, it is what it is. So far, we've talked about Jakobi, we've talked about Renfro, we've talked about Darren Waller. Obviously, Hunter Renfro has not been moved as of yet. Back to the Philip Dorsett thing. I'm indifferent with it, right? He doesn't really do much. I think he will be battling for that spot at the end of camp to try and be that 5th receiver on the roster. I don't think that he's going to be like this lock to make the team, right? He's never had more than 500 yards. Never, ever, ever had more than 500 yards in his career. He has, I think, 2,000 total after being with his 3rd team. I would love for him to go out and have 600 yards this year. And do good, but my thing is that the truth of the matter is that we need defense. So again, it is confusing that we continue to prioritize offense instead of putting that money on the defense. Who's to say that money doesn't go to the defense tomorrow when free agency opens up for reals? But at the end of the day, we signed 2 receivers. We re-signed a running back. We signed a fullback. We re-signed a fullback, and we signed a quarterback. So we're still going on the offense. But we did get some defense. We didn't go all offense so far in free agency. Yes, we can still get Poyer 110%, Marco. I wouldn't be worried on that front. I think that Poyer wants to take his time, dude. He's in his 30s. He's not just going to sign on the first days. Shout out to Raiders Scout, man. One of the first to put this out there. The Raiders did end up getting a linebacker, Robert Spillane, to a 2-year, $9 million contract. Obviously, you split that in half. $4.5 million a season isn't bad. Right here, you could get to know him a little bit. Spillane is 27, appeared in 16 games last year, starting 7, recording 79 tackles, 1.5 sacks, 5 pass breakups, and 6 tackles for loss. He suffered a down year in coverage, allowing 32 of 44 targets for 359 yards and 102 QBR. He didn't play too well. He didn't play too well this season. But the few years before that, he has done a pretty good job as that linebacker 2 on a roster, man. Over his career, though, he's also done pretty well. But $4.5 million, I think that you should have just put that money towards bringing back a guy like DP. We did re-sign our fullback, Jacob Johnson, so there's that as well. And, yeah, man, that's most of the moves that we did today. Now, across the league, so many more free agents. Were off the board, and that truly is unfortunate, man. To see so many more great, talented guys go off the board, and meanwhile we're signing receivers, right? It is a little flustering. It does suck a bit, because truly, I'm gonna be honest, and you guys can tell me maybe I'm overreacting, and maybe you guys can give me more of a level head. I truly think this roster has gotten worse. Truly. I truly think that this roster has gotten worse. And it's tough for me to say that with the draft, this roster will get better because we don't know how those picks are going to turn out. And, yeah, it could be me being negative. But how I truly feel, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Our roster has gotten worse. We lost Denzel Perryman. We've lost Rock Ya-Sin. We've lost Duron Harmon. We still haven't gotten Andrew Billings back. We traded away Darren Waller. Obviously, we knew Derek Carr was going to be gone, so I'm not, doing anything with that. But I truly think this roster has gotten worse. I truly think this roster has gone worse. Now, this is day 2. Officially, it all opens up tomorrow. So this could change very quickly. This can all change in a blink of an eye. But something that I do have to say is that as a talent standpoint, I feel like this roster is taking a step back. But I think that my guy right here makes the perfect point. And I mentioned this when I had a live with Stu a while ago. Something that the Patriots have always done really well is that they don't care about the big ticket. They don't care about the big ticket signings. They sign for who fits their scheme. They sign for who's going to fit their mold, who fits their defense, who fits their second down package, who fits their scheme, all this kind of shit, right? So for all we know, Robert Spillane could become the best fucking linebacker in the league, right? Brandon Faison in this scheme could become the best fucking fourth cornerback in the league, because we've known that this is what the Patriots like to do. They don't draft for talent. They don't draft for ceiling. They draft for who fits them in that moment, and they sign the same way. That's why they let so many guys go. And as of right now, I do think as a talent standpoint, we've gotten worse. But maybe for them, this defense has gotten better. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And shout out to my guy, Ruben.
Jackpot, baby!
He says, the fact they drafted Parham, Mumford, found guys like Sam Webb, Tyler Hall, all late in the draft. I'm excited to see them draft 4 guys in the top 100. Let me tell you something. Tyler Hall, we signed. We signed off of somebody else's practice squad, I believe. We signed from somebody else's practice squad, I believe. So, yeah, they found like a diamond in the rough. I agree with what you're saying. Parham, absolute. They knocked it out the park, home run. But let me ask you something, Ruben. If you go back 2 months before the draft, a month before the draft, 2 weeks before the draft, us as fans were able to see that Parham was going to be elite at the next level. I don't feel like they did anything crazy on selecting Parham. I think they filled a need, and they filled a need with a great player. And Parham is going to be a great player. I love Parham. Thayer Munford, somebody that they got in the 7th round. He was probably a top 5 tackle if he would have went out in the class year previous. I like that selection. A guy like Sam Webb, a guy that could do great in a cover 2 zone scheme. But for what we want to do with Patrick Graham, I'm not sure. I like Sam Webb. I do. Tyler Hall, there's no doubt that man right there should have a true chance to play in the slot. But guess what? Nate Hobbs could also have that chance. Nate Hobbs, I don't know if we're just going to want him to be on the outside all the time. But Tyler Hall is a beast. He is a beast. And I am right there with you. I am 100% excited to see what they could do in the draft. I'm just worried that we may have decided that we were going to draft everything that we needed. And I don't necessarily agree with that. To be honest with you, I think the best teams in the league rarely draft for need, and they draft best player available. And I want the Raiders to be in a position to do that. And I think that the best teams that are in a position to do that are the teams that spend money and fill their holes in free agency. You saw it. We seen it. The Jaguars spent big in free agency and then drafted a Travis Etienne when they already had a James Robinson, because they're going for what's the best player available. Who is the best talent out there, right? We see it all the time with these good teams. So for me, I would have loved for us to go out and get signings that truly filled holes. Dalvin Tomlinson, I understand, was too much money, but guess what? Shy Tuttle, I believe, got $6.5 million and was a true run stopper that could have plugged up that nose tackle spot. I would have easily given him 6.5 when we gave 5.5 to Bilal Nichols last year. To me, I think that you're better off signing and filling your holes in free agency, pause if necessary, and you're going out and you're dominating the draft by getting great, talented players. I think that our linebacker core would have looked way better if we would have went out and said, okay, X, Y, and Z got cut from their teams. You know what? I'm going to take that shot, and I'm going to take Azeez Al-Shaair from the Niners, and I'm going to put him at my outside linebacker spot, and I'm going to allow him to play fast and do all the kind of stuff that he did in San Francisco. Or if you wanted to spend money, you can say, you know what? I'm going to go out and I'm going to get me a Tremaine Edmonds, right? And I'm glad we didn't make that contract. That contract's big. But at the same time, there's Marcus Peters still out there. There's, unfortunately, Byron Murphy's not out there anymore. But there is still players that could, come on this team, make this roster better. But as of right now, I think that we missed on a lot of potential key signings, if I'm going to be honest with you. I think right now your best bet is to go out and get Matt Ioannidis, a guy who could rush the passer and stop the run, but he's going to do it out of the 3-tech spot. So he's going to do it out the spot that you just paid Bilal Nichols, right? I would love for the Raiders to go out and get a Deshaun Elliott. I would love for us to see, what's up, Jordan Poyer? Do you want to be a Raider? Do you not want to be a Raider? I would love for us to go out and say, you know what, Rock Ya-Sin, Marcus Peters, what is it going to take to get you guys in the silver and black? Because we want to win, and we think that you guys help us win. I would love for us to go out and say, you know what? Drew Tranquil, what's up? Levante, what's up? Hell, bring Nicholas fucking Morrow back. But do something that is going to help the team. Brandon Faison helps the team. I like that signing. Robert Spillane helps the team. I like that signing. That should be your third fucking linebacker on the roster. But I still like it. Andrew Billings, I would love that signing if we could bring him back. But guess what? At the end of the day, it's all gonna really start kicking in tomorrow when guys can start flying out to facilities and really putting pen to paper and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll definitely see what happens. Shout out to my brother Wasted. Did not have to do this at all, bro. He says, bro, free agency just started. They look like they are setting up a move with all these picks. I'd hope so, because as of right now, we've been real stagnant. As of right now, we haven't done anything that's altering this roster besides getting your quarterback, right? Which is a big point. We needed that. We needed that. We got the quarterback, but besides that, we've done nothing to alter this roster. I truly believe that this roster has gotten worse, right? But in their eyes, this roster could have gotten 10 times better. This roster could have gotten 10 times better in their eyes. Maybe they think that all these guys that they brought in fits the scheme. They are going to be those key guys to go out and whether it's depth or whether some of these guys are going to start. But regardless, we've still got to do something here, right? I think that we have too many holes on this defense right now. We do have a ton of draft picks, so that is exciting. But as of right now, where we sit, it's underwhelming. But tomorrow is where it really happens. Tomorrow, like I said, guys can really come in, visit with teams, visit facilities, all this kind of stuff. So for all we know, hell, guys could be setting up flights tonight to fly into Vegas tomorrow morning. And maybe we could be active in the morning tomorrow. Maybe that's why we freed up so much cap space for the real day. But maybe we didn't. Maybe this motherfucker just wanted Darren Waller out of here because he's missed 14 games in the last 2 years. Maybe he said, you know what? That's what's better for the team. So at the end of the day, I'm going to rock with what we have, and I'm going to support with what we have. But it does need to get better. It does need to improve. We need to improve massively. We do. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Honestly. Sign, shut, and Rankins, I think he went back to his team. Bobby Wagner is still available too. I think Rock Ya-Sin comes back. I would hope so. I would definitely hope so. Shit, roster, no division wins this season. It's tough, man. Really quick. Shout out to my guy Xavier, man. He says we probably have too many holes to spend big in 2023. That's fair. And this is why I find this is why I'm indifferent with Waller. To me, it makes sense. Waller's been unavailable. Why keep him here? We can make some money by not keeping him around. But by doing the move that you made, you created a hole on the team. You made that high-powered offense a little bit less high-powered. Maybe they feel like Jakobi Meyers is going to do more because he'll be on the field more. And if that's how they think, then I agree with that. But my thing is that we have so many needs, and I'm not a big fan of creating new ones. And I think we created a new one. But at the same time, I won't care if we allocate that money to the defense. So tomorrow, when it becomes for real, and teams start and players start putting that ink on that dotted line and they start scribbling their signatures on there, I want to see the Raiders go out and get 5 guys tomorrow. I don't care whether it's all 5 bringing in our own. I don't care. If it's Andrew Billings or Deron Harmon or both or Rock Ya-Sin, I want to see guys that are going to make an impact on this team. That's what I want to see. And then you can go into the draft confident. Yeah, we knocked out defensive tackle. Yeah, we knocked out linebacker. Which then allows you to do a luxury on wasting a draft pick on a tight end. Filling up linebacker in free agency is going to allow you to make that luxury pick. But as of right now, we're not there yet, man. We're not there. We're not there yet, man. Shout out to Enzo the Ghost. He says, "Man, I need a new Raider channel. I just discovered you. You got a new sub, my G. Appreciate you, Enzo. That's dope, man. I'm glad you found the channel. I'm glad you enjoy what we got going on over here. Appreciate the sub, man. Definitely. If y'all haven't already, hit that sub button, man. Hit that sub button. Well, Waller is drama, and clearly so is his girl. Yeah, I'm not sure how I necessarily feel about that, right? So, you know, a guy like or not a guy, I'm sorry. I think Kelsey Plum, Waller's wife, said that they didn't invite Josh McDaniels to their wedding, and that's why she feels like he got traded. Yeah. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if these guys are that petty. If so, that's kind of weird, you know? So yeah, you know, it's kind of tough. Waller played 20 out of 34. Yeah, Waller played 20 out of 34. Unfortunately for him, you know, when you sign a contract extension this offseason, the expectation is for you to play more, right? When you get a good contract, the expectation is for you to be out there, right? And injuries are inevitable. So I won't say that this is all Waller's fault. But at times though, I did feel like Waller was not fully invested into the team. I did feel like that, right? And I think a lot of fans right now felt the same way, but we are worried that we lost a guy like Waller, and we know how good he can be when he's out there. But the truth is, he wasn't out there that much. To miss almost half the games in the last 2 years is tough, man. It is tough. And at the end of the day, for me, it all started when he chose to go to a basketball game, when his brothers are out there trying to fight and compete for a roster spot. I thought that was I didn't agree with that. I truly didn't agree with that. But you know, there's the business side of things. And I guess for the comment that said that there was drama with Waller and his girlfriend or his wife, excuse me. I don't really know, but I think that it is interesting that she feels like they traded him because they didn't invite Josh McDaniels to the wedding. So we'll see. We'll see, man. Yeah, that is what we were just talking about. Bro, Waller is 31, about to be 32 on the $12 million a year, and only played 14 games in 2 seasons. Move on. I agree. I definitely agree. I definitely agree. 100%. I agree. Waller is a Gruden grinder. He wanted out. Ramsey got traded for a third, so how is that too low for Waller? It's a good way to look at it. Waller has been injured most of the time. Foster Moreau played most of the season. Foster Moreau did play a lot of the season. He did. Let's see. I have a feeling like this front office will fuck this draft totally up like we do every year. Like we do every year, reaching for sorry players like Clee, Abram, Arnett, Leatherwood. Fortunately for us, all those picks were before this regime was here, you know? So there is that. Who do you think we sign tomorrow? Man, who do I think we sign tomorrow? Well, I don't really know. It's hard to gauge this crew, this front office. It is hard to gauge, and it is hard to understand on which direction they're going to go. I could have swore up and down a week ago we were going to go all defense, and Jakobi Meyers wasn't even a fucking option, and we were going to go out and stack the defense before we even thought of getting a Philip Dorsett. So I have no idea what direction they want to go in. And I kind of like that. I kind of like that nobody understands and nobody knows where their next move is coming from, because that's when we get those big moves. That's when we really get surprised, and that's really how an organization should be run. As fans, it's puzzling because it's frustrating because we see all this other kind of stuff and we're like, what the fuck? But the last time we felt this way, we got Devontae. We got Rock Ya-Sin in a trade. We signed Chandler. And I just hope that this is a similar scenario. I hope that we wake up tomorrow and we get blessed with a Jordan Poyer, and we get blessed with a re-signing of Andrew Billings. All this kind of stuff, man. So I hope that all this kind of stuff happens, but I really don't know where they're heading. Let's see. Top Beat says, you don't create a hole when you have so many to fill. By trading a top 5 tight end, this is just another example of Ziegler's incompetence as his GM when coupled with all these New England ex-players. That is a statement that I do agree with, right? You don't create a hole when you have so many other ones to fill. I do agree with that. And I do agree with the fact that I think that trading away Waller does create a hole. But at the end of the day, it was a hole when he wasn't able to be out on the field anyways. And it was even bigger because we were still paying him for not playing. So now, God forbid, I don't want him to be injured in New York. But now if he is injured 7 games this year, at least we won't be paying him for it. And that money will be hopefully allocated to the defense. So, yeah, man, we'll see. Waller's been a waste of money at this point. Durability is more valuable. I do agree. Victor said, we need Fletcher Cox. DT is on top of our needs. I agree. Fletcher would be a nice veteran to bring in. I think it would be similar to when we brought in Gerald McCoy. But truthfully, I would love to see Andrew Billings return. I would love to see Matt Ioannidis make this team. I would love to see Andrew Billings come back. I think I might have said that twice. I'm tired, man. I'm sorry. But yeah. Who are we talking about here? He's a huge value, great catcher, great catch radius is what I think you meant to say, and route runner. Let's see. Tomorrow we're going to sign a lot of low-key defensive players who can start, but not players who are superstars. That's just my prediction. I would love that. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. A stud interior defensive line, interior lineman. Are you talking about D-line, O-line, or both? But yeah. How do you feel about shutting Rankins? I wouldn't mind it. A splash move has to be coming, whether it's a signing or a trade for a defensive player. Look, man. Look. There's no way. I'm speaking for Patrick Graham, right? And maybe I shouldn't. But if I was Patrick Graham, I would really feel neglected at this point. Cool. You brought back some depth. I'm fine with that. You brought in a safety that played 20 games this year. I'm fine with that. But this isn't what he's used to. This isn't how he builds his defense. Where he's made his money was having star-studded linebackers with Green Bay. Where he made his money was having Big Cat Leonard Williams in the freaking center of his defense with New York, and having James Bradbury, and having fucking Logan Ryan as a leader, right? And having Blake Martinez in his prime. I don't know if we have that here, right? So if I was Patrick Graham, I would feel neglected. As simple as that. I truly would. So yeah, just that's what I was saying. They're trading Jacobs for Henry. That would be interesting. That would be interesting as hell. Not gonna lie. If we traded Josh Jacobs for Derrick Henry, that'd be funny. Raiders need to restructure Chandler Jones' contract. Alex, here's the thing. If you restructure Chandler Jones' contract, you're no longer able to cut him after the season and pay him no money. If you were to restructure him now, you're locked in for him for the rest of his contract. I would much rather us pay him his money right now and be able to let go of him next year. So, yeah. Let's see. Andy, what do you think about taking the best defensive player available and trading back up into the first round and to take Dalton Kincaid from Ohio State or Michael Mayer if they're still on the board. I have no clue who either of those guys are. Thank you, though, Tyler, for the comment. An EPS breakdown. EPS, that's how we're feeling. Sup, Andy? I think it's McKenzie effect sign depth pieces to release them next season to have the number one cap place and a top 5 pick for a quarterback. Mix in veterans with 2-year players you drafted. Oh, that'd be interesting. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Jackpot, baby!
Shout out to my guy Ruben. He says, have the guys we let test the market value gone up or down? I know Perryman probably went down. What about the rest? Deron Harmon, his value is probably the vet minimum. Andrew Billings, value is probably the vet minimum. Denzel Perryman, his value is probably around $5 to $6 million at most. In terms of the corners, like Rock Ya-Sin, I think his value drastically went down when Jamel Dean signed a 4-year contract, only averaging $13 million a season. And that was the number one corner on this market. He was the better option than Byron Murphy. He was just better. He's a better player. And for him to only get $13 million, I think Rock Ya-Sin's value went down. In terms of other positions, I think all these guys' values went down, man. I mean, Mac Hollins, he was always going to get like a vet minimum anyway. So, yeah, I think that most of these guys' value went down. Nobody has really had a crazy overpay this offseason. Shout out to my brother Halo in the building. Ken K is Meyers at tight end. Okay. No, I don't want us to be trading up and losing picks for a tight end. I'm be honest with you. The Raiders are still considering moving up to number 3. What do you think? I think it'd be extremely hypocritical to neglect the defense in free agency and then move up to then add another offensive player. You know, I think it'd be tough. Unless you're moving up to 3 to get Jalen Carter. But, you know, that'd be tough. Oh, bro, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, my God, man. Yeah, it was between us or the Dolphins. It was between us or the Dolphins, dude. That'll really suck, man. That will really suck, dude. Q, my brother, where'd you see that? Oh, man, that would fucking... Dude, that would suck. That would suck. I haven't seen anything reported yet, so hopefully maybe my boy got clickbaited on that a little bit. The future of this defense is in the draft. All the picks we have, I can see us having depth all over our defense. I hope so. I hope so. Twitter, because he's trending on there? I'm not seeing anything on Twitter. I'm seeing Lazard. I'm seeing Alan Lazard and all this kind of stuff, but I'm not seeing any I'm not seeing anything. Look, man, for me, I always Xavier, what the fuck? Hoyer wants to go to the Dolphins. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. What the fuck was I saying? Sorry, I apologize. For me, I always wanted a Deshaun Elliott on this team, anyways. Poyer is just a little bit better, but he's a little older. And I think that Poyer would be able to help groom Merrick a little bit better. But Yeah, I mean, I hope that's not another safety off the market. Right now, the safeties, there's still a lot of safeties available. Jordan Poyer's still available, Deshaun Elliott's still available, Jabril Peppers is still available, Harmon is still available, Chauncey Gardner Johnson is still available. There's still a lot of safeties left. There's still a lot of safeties left. So yeah, Poyer to the Finns or Raiders, nothing final yet. How about Gesicki? Is Mike Gesicki a free agent? I don't know if Mike Gesicki is a free agent. I know they franchise tagged him last. Is he a free agent? I don't think he's a free agent. Peppers resigns for 2 years. Julian Love is still available. That's true. Mike, okay. If Gesicki's a free agent, that'd be pretty. That'd be sneaky because Gesicki didn't have the best season this year. I would not mind that. Oh, Peppers resigned. I didn't know that Jabril Peppers went back to the Patriots. Oh, that kind of sucks because he's done well with Patrick Graham. Wow. I can't believe. Well, honestly, I'm not gonna blame myself for not knowing that Mike Gesicki was a free agent. I didn't think that we needed a tight end before today, you know. But Mike Gesicki is that's a really good option. That's a really good option, and because the down year he had, you could underpay him. Like you could underpay him. What about Kelsey at center? He's a free agent. He already re-signed a 1-year deal with the Eagles. He went back. Schultz, yes, Dalton Schultz is, but he's going to cost too much. We should restructure Colton Miller's contract. That'd be twice in 2 years. You're going to have to pay him a fuck ton later on. I don't know. Let's see if anybody's interested. You can watch Jimmy G Garoppolo on the NFL Network getting down against the Saints. Would you sign Gesicki 1 year, $8 million? I would rather sign him to a multi-year deal, just so you could get the cap hit lower. But if you're saying on average, would I pay Mike Gesicki $8 million? Yeah. Trade for Noah Fant? They're not going to trade him. Juwan Thornhill is a fuck no. No. Yeah. Have you watched Darnell Washington? Yes, that dude can block his ass off. Andy, what's up? I'm not sure what I missed. Are the draft picks booty, or am I missing the genius part of this? Can you make some sense of the last 2 days? We've neglected the defense the last 2 days. To sum it up, Julian Love would be great. What up, Andy? Was good. Giovanni was popping. Yeah. I mean, Noah Fant's not going to get traded to us. I highly doubt that. But man, that boy my boy Q made me open up Twitter to try and see if that boy Jordan Poyer got really signed. That would have fucking sucked. That would have sucked big time. How much is Foster asking for? Not too much. That boy Arden Key went to the Titans. Interesting. Arden Key went to the Titans, but not many of our free agents have signed elsewhere. Nobody signed Poyer, Cambo. Nobody did. Nobody signed him. Who's on your defensive tackle and linebacker wish list right now? If you're talking about free agency, where we sit right now is Matt Ioannidis and Andrew Billings. I want those two. I want them both, and I want them both to come in. Yeah. Yeah. For defensive tackles, that's who I want. Linebackers, you still got a good amount of linebackers. I would love Drew Tranquil. Shit, I would love to bring back fucking Perryman at this point. And obviously, Levante David for sure. but that's a shot in the dark at this point. It's not going to happen. In terms of corners, Marcus Peters, Rock Ya-Sin, bringing him back would be nice. Greedy Williams to be like your fourth, maybe fight for your third corner spot would be nice. But it's a little bit different. Will Thompson says Cap. Okay. Oh, Bobby Wagner also on the linebacker spot. You probably spoke about it. I'm just getting here. How do you feel about the Jakobi Meyers pickup? To me, when it happened, I thought I was just really surprised that we continued to neglect the defense for a wide receiver. That's what I thought. I thought to me, it didn't make sense. But you can't be mad at Jakobi Meyers. He's a hell of a player. He's a great player. And he knows the system. He's a great compliment to Devontae Adams. So, yeah. Wait, Dalton Schultz is still available? Correct. But at this point, Dalton Schultz is going to cost more than Darren Waller. He's gonna cost more. Someone mentioned Kelsey at center. He re-signed with the Birds. Yes, he did. The defense will get addressed. It's only day 2. Yes, I hope so. I hope that tomorrow being the true day where guys can come to the facility, meet with the staff, see what the Raiders have to offer. I hope that brings more guys in. But I'm going to be honest with you, trading away Darren Waller is not attractive for free agents. Getting rid of your quarterback. Well, actually, no, I think that bringing in Jimmy Garoppolo probably is attractive to free agents, honestly. You still have a high-powered offense. But, yeah. Yes, Meyers is predominantly working out of the slot, but he could do both. He could do both. That was my initial reaction as well. I was like, hold up, Meyers plays corner too. Yeah, it's tough. What about Gardner Johnson over Poyer? Yeah, I mean, if you're willing to pay him double for what you're going to pay Jordan Poyer, I guess so. You're going to have to pay him similar to what Jesse Bates got, around $14 to $16 million. Yeah. About 30 million cap space, something like that, man. Something like that. Hunter's gone. Not right now. He's still on the roster. Hunter Renfrow is still a Raider as of right now, but it must be a somewhat scary time for him because he just saw Darren Waller get traded, and they saw them sign. Oh, it almost went down. And he just saw them sign a receiver that plays his position that had a better season than him. So he could be on the way out. He could be on the way out. No way one of those gets Jesse Bates money. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson will probably get more money than Jesse Bates. He's younger. Yeah, he's younger, and he had a better season. Sorry, but Jimmy G won't stay healthy behind an average O-line. Part of the problem I had. If we trade Renfrow, what's the trade looking like? Another third? Hey, man, I mean, he's got youth on his side, so that's nice. But he's had injuries. He is one of the league's best route runners, though. Would definitely be attractive to teams trying to build up their offense. But oh my gosh, bro, this fucking thing keeps almost falling. I might need to buy a new stand. It's okay. I'm only gonna be on for like another 5 minutes. Lamonte David is a coverage beast, worth the money, absolutely. Look for the Raiders to invest heavily in defense tomorrow. I sure as hell hope so. Jimmy G couldn't even stay healthy behind a good O-line. Oh, man, I don't even want to talk about that shit. Omar, Cleveland is not on this roster. Cleveland is a free agent. Furrow is a free agent. Andre James frees you $5 million. Hunter Renfrow saves you. If you trade him before, you could save around like $11 million if you trade him before Friday. How expensive was Stephon Gilmore? Gilmore got traded for a 5th-round pick. We needed a good backup. Oh, man. I don't know. Heard Dallas got Gilmore on the cheap. Yeah, Dallas traded for Stephon Gilmore for a 5th-round pick. But, yeah, around the league signings, I mean, Byron Murphy, one of the best corners available, went to the Minnesota Vikings. Samson Ebukam, a rotational pass rusher for the Niners, went to the Colts. James Bradbury is off the market. He re-signed with the Eagles. I believe Alan Lazard signed with the Jets. Azeez Al-Shaair, a good linebacker option, went to the Titans. Kazir White, another good linebacker option, went to the Cardinals. Obviously, the big news that we traded Waller away. Raheem Mostert signed with the Dolphins. A backup quarterback in Taylor Heineke went to the Falcons. I believe that was yesterday, though. Arden Key went to the Titans. David Montgomery went to the Lions. Leighton Vander Esch, a good option, re-signed with the Cowgirls. So, yeah, a lot of linebackers went off the market in day 2. A lot of baby. Shout out to my guy Raiders for life. We did the same thing last year. We need defense. We got offensive players. Makes no sense. And most of the impact defensive players are gone. Shaking my head. I agree with you. I agree. Rodgers ain't coming here, lol. Obviously. Baby. Shout out to my guy Ricardo. What's popping, man? He says trade back in the first for a lower first and pick up an extra second. Draft DT from Pitt with our first, linebacker and corner in the 2nd round. Interesting. I would love a trade back scenario. Absolutely. But who knows? Christian Gonzalez at 7. I would like that. I wouldn't mind it. I mean, that wouldn't be my first option, but I wouldn't mind it. Let's Jets bend over him. Hunter Henry ain't going nowhere. They just traded Jonnu Smith already. That's true. It's a rebuild, huh? Please don't put that out there in the universe, man. I don't want to hear the words. I don't want to hear those words. But here's what we'll do. We'll do a mock draft. We'll do a mock draft on the way out for you boys and girls. We'll do a mock draft for you guys. We'll see. You want to do Pro Football Network, PFF? What site do we want to use for the mock draft? What's your first option in the draft? For those of you guys who've been here, whether you've been here since the beginning of the channel or just the beginning of the off season, you guys would know that Drew Sanders is my number one option. Oh shit, boy. There we go. Caught that bitch. Hell yeah. Caught that bitch. Fuck yeah. I'm glad. Uh-oh. What the fuck did I just do? Boy, I activated Siri up in this hole. We good. All right. Mock draft time it is. Oh, shit. I didn't share the screen. All right. Shout out to my brother Ricardo again. Jackpot, baby. Do I think Jalen Carter falls to 7? Shit, I hope so. Should I fucking hope so? All right, let me take this down. We're going to do a little 7-round mock. Y'all chose PFS, so that's what we're going to do. Sorry, but your stand is as dysfunctional as the Raiders. It's unfortunate, isn't it? Drew Sanders going 7 overall when Andy's picking. Unfortunately for you guys, that is true. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. This is actually a pretty good mock right here. Bryce Young going to 1 is unrealistic. CJ, regardless, these 2 quarterbacks are going to go top 2, so it makes sense. Will Anderson going here makes sense. Anthony Richardson going here makes sense. Carter going at 5 makes sense. Christian Gonzalez going there makes sense. All this makes sense. All that makes sense so far. Now, Devin Witherspoon, one of my favorite guys in the draft, is going there. Here's what I'll do. I like Devin Witherspoon a lot, but I know that you guys are going to want to interact on this as well. I'll let you guys have the first pick. And I'll let you do it out of fuck, dude. I mean, this shit is really not that great. Do y'all want Devin Witherspoon or Kalijah Cansey? Witherspoon or Cansey? Here, I also do want to try this, actually. I want to try, or can I try something first? I want to trade back. I want to give them, I want to try and get this. Trade back? So one person said trade back. I'm going to offer that. They accepted it. So we got the 12th, 65th, and 104. Bingo. Resume the draft. Kalijah Cansey is always there, is still there. Oh my God, this shit almost fell again. Okay. Kalijah Cansey is still there. So that's a good option. Will Levis is still there. Joey Porter Jr. is there. Miles Murphy, edge rusher, is there. But in a perfect world, guys, I would trade back to 12 and I would select Drew Sanders. In a perfect world, I would trade back and get Drew Sanders. And we are going to do that. Trade back again? Fuck that. Drew. This is me. Man. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. I had to. All right, we're at pick 38. Damn. I would love to go corner here. Corner, Garrett Williams. My goodness. Clark Phillips is a damn good corner as well. My Lord. That's a fucking great trade. I really want to get Garrett Williams here, but let me see. What do we got for all? Reach for Sanders? Well, guess what? Seems like the perfect Raiders draft then. DeJuan Jones, Mozzie Smith. Could get Thule. Thule is I do like Thule Tuipulotu a lot. Oh man, or do I go Sidney Brown in the second round? You guys, I may go Sidney Brown. I really, really, really like the safety here. Go with the defensive tackle. Mozzie Smith at 38 overall is, bro.
Jackpot, baby.
Shout out to my guy Ricardo again. He says Drew over Kancey. What the fuck? Do you really think he'll go before Kancey? No, because defensive tackle is a higher premium, but I like him better. Bro, I like Garrett Williams. But I really like the safety, though. All right, we're not going to have any safeties. We're going to go. I'm going to go with the chat. Okay? I'm going with the chat. We went out. We got defensive tackle, okay? We got defensive tackle. We better have a fucking corner. Oh, Garrett Williams is there. Fuck you guys. We're getting Garrett Williams. And with the trade back that we have, we got a lot of options. Ooh. Sidney Brown's not there, man. He went like a few picks after. And now there's no safeties that I like in this draft. Ooh, actually. No, there's a couple. I like Skinner. Another DT? Are you guys crazy? Oh, I think you're just behind on the stream. Oh, man. Mojo Jomo. Jaylon Jones. How mad would you guys be if I went back-to-back corners here? How mad would you be if I went back-to-back corners? I would love to get him in the third round here. I would love. Ooh, fuck. DeMarvion is right there. When do we pick again? When do we pick again? I really want a corner, but I also really want DeMarvion Overshown. I'm gonna get corner though. Oh, hold on. I gotta pause it. I gotta make a trade. Where's the Giants on here? New York. Where's the Giants? What the fuck? New York Jets. New York Giants. I'm going to give him pick 100 for, where's Waller at? All right, cool. I think it went through. That's crazy. They didn't accept it on this. Ooh, okay. Well, for whatever reason on this, they didn't accept it. So, fuck PFF. I want to go back to linebacker. Or let me see what's at safety. Jair Brown out of Penn State is there. Jair Brown out of Penn State? You can't be mad at me for that. What are the corners? Jacorian Bennett. Edge. Any edge rushers? KJ Henry's there. We're going to go to all. KJ Henry being there is nice, though. We would lose if I drafted for us, dude. We would be a fucking hell of a team. What do you mean? Oh, Ivan Pace. Ivan Pace out of Cincinnati is right here. But Colby Wooden, another good defensive lineman, is right there as well. KJ? Who the fuck is KJ? KJ. Oh, KJ Henry. Damn, bro. But like Ivan Pace, though. Pick the LSU corner? I don't know about no guy named LSU corner. Interior offensive lineman, what we got? Voorhees, he just tore his ACL. Jackson Kirkland, I wouldn't be mad at him here. Jackson Kirkland would be pretty nice. I don't know why they have him listed as a guard. I might go Jackson Kirkland here. We'll put him at offensive tackle. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go Jackson Kirkland, offensive tackle here. I'm going to go Jackson Kirkland, offensive tackle here. We'll go Jackson Kirkland, baby. And honestly, this is where we get our safety. This is where we get our safety right here. Jair Brown. Jair Brown, baby. That boy ACL. We wouldn't be able to play Voorhees for another year. That's what I'm saying. Damn. Dorian Williams, another linebacker. How many linebackers do we have in this draft, you guys? How many linebackers do we have? I wouldn't be mad at getting KJ, though. KJ Henry. Kirkland, yeah, I like Kirkland. That's my guy. Jalen Redmond here, nice little defensive tackle. I've gotten a linebacker. I got Drew Sanders. Is there a way to check who I've gotten? We need a tight end? Dude, fuck tight end, dude. Zach Kuntz. Oh my god, bro. This shit fell again. This shit fell again. That shit fell again. Bro, what the fuck, dude? All right. Get a tight end. Bro, what do we think about Josh Wiley? What do we think about Josh Wiley? Or y'all want to get this 6-7 right here? I'm not restarting, bro. There's no restarting drafts. I like Josh Wiley. I think we could wait a little bit. I'm going to get KJ Henry. I'm going to get KJ Henry out of Clemson. Hopefully Zach. Yeah, boy. He's still here. Oh, my goodness, bro. I'm about to end this fucking stream, bro. I'm about to end this fucking stream. Yeah, I'm about to get a tight end. I'm about to get the tight end right now. There. Boom. Tight end. Grabbed him. Shout out to my guy, Raider Champion, man. Have a blessed night. Is Jalen Redmond here? The lineman out of Oklahoma? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Trade up for a new phone holder. Bro, I'm about to fucking be pissed. This shit's annoying me. Here, oh, Stetson Bennett. Boom. We'll get Stetson Bennett here. There you go, GA. There you go. I'm fine with Stetson Bennett there. Mo Diabate. I really like Mo Diabate right there. Yeah, that's who I might get. Oh no, I might get Drake Thomas. No, I'll get Mo Diabate. Utah played next to Devin Lloyd last year. Played with Devin Lloyd last year. I'm fine with that. Aubrey Miller's nice. Elijah Higgins. DJ Dale out of Alabama. Let's see. What else we got? Who else we got? Bennett as a UDFA? You're funny. I like Elijah a little bit. Man. I like Elijah just a bit. Just a bit. Think about Nolan Smith. Dude's going to get drafted higher than what he should. Daniel Scott, safety out of UCLA. I don't think he's here. You mean Cal? I'll get him. Shout out to my guy and grade out. Damn, bro. Oh yeah, bro. I'm stacking the linebackers, dude. If Drake Thomas is still here, I'm stacking the linebackers. Damn, they picked them. Bro, I might double dip at I might I don't know who to get. D Winters? Shout out to the comment. We got D Winters. Shout out to my guy Tyler M11. All right. Shout out to the comment, man. We need to align with Garoppolo. Fuck him. Shout out to the comment. We got D Winters. Analyzing your draft, it's a 10 out of 10. I don't need PFF to grade my draft. I'm so confused on what the plan is. Gunsmoke. You and me both. Grading? You're still grading my draft? Oh, damn, boy. Drew Sanders was an F. They can fucking kill themselves. What a draft, dude. What a draft. Jackson Kirkland in the fourth round is a great round. Bro, amazing draft, dude. I don't know what they're talking about. Shout out to everybody, man, for pulling up today, man. I appreciate y'all for sticking with me through this fucking thing right here, falling up and down all the time. But I appreciate every single one of you guys. I'll be back tomorrow at some point, man. I promise you. I'll be back tomorrow. I love y'all. Stay safe. Have a wonderful rest of your night. And I'm out, you guys. Peace.